let's talk about Trey Lance and how the 49ers, I think they're going to plan on shopping him soon. Now, when you're a GM and you make a pick like that, when you trade multiple first-round picks to move up to get a guy, you're going to try to hold on to that guy as long as you can. But I also feel like eventually you just got to take the Band-Aid off. Kind of like the position we're in, when we have a Band-Aid over our quarterback and you just got to rip it off sometimes and just face the facts. Now, the facts are Brock Purdy came in. They drafted a guy in the 7th round, Mr. Irrelevant, and he came in and he balled out, and you can't ignore that. Now, he has an injury. I think they're going to see what his injury plays out to be. If he's back to 100%, if the doctors are telling the team, hey, he'll be able to be right back to 100%, he's going to throw the ball like he's never thrown the ball before, and this is an injury that he probably won't get again, hey, they're going to go with Brock Purdy. They already stated that. They like Brock Purdy, and rightfully so. The man went like 7-0, was throwing touchdowns, and I also feel like if he would have never got injured in that Eagles game, it would have been a ball game. I'm going to tell you that right now. It would have been a ball game. It was a ball game leading up to that, right? Now, this is the thing, man. I like Trey Lance. When he was entering that draft, man, we got to remember all the highlights, all the Vikings fans that wanted Trey Lance to come because he's a hometown kid. You know what I'm saying? He's from Minnesota. He played at North Dakota State. Now, he didn't play top competition, and he only played X amount of games. He didn't really have that experience. Kind of similar to what Anthony Richardson's going through. Only played 14 games. Now, Anthony Richardson does have an advantage because he played at a bigger school, Florida. So Florida competition is a lot better than North Dakota State. But the facts are the facts as far as the physical ability of Trey Lance. You know what I mean? And Anthony Richardson for this year coming up. But, Trey Lance, man, we cannot forget about it. And I think as time goes, a lot of people tend to forget about what really was in front of our face at the time. And I'm definitely guilty of that too. So I had to go back and just relook at Trey Lance and just say, damn, you know what? When that draft, man, I was begging to get Trey Lance, man. I was calling, and this is before I did YouTube and stuff like that, man. I love Trey Lance, bro. I wanted Trey Lance to be in purple so bad. So I did a draft. I did a poll last night, and I said, who would you rather be our starting QB in 2024 season, right? I had Kirk Cousins, Trey Lance, Anthony Richardson, Hendon Hooker. Okay, 26% picked Kirk Cousins, 22% picked Trey Lance. 39% picked Anthony Richardson, and 13% picked Hooker. Now, this is all only based off 435 votes, which, I mean, that isn't a huge number, but it's enough people. It's a packed room. It's a packed room, so we can talk about it. Now, I think it's funny to me that, everybody wants, Anthony Richardson's obviously winning this poll, and that I think part of that is because it's right now. It's right in our face right now. You know what I mean? Like, we're seeing him. He's having his pro day. He had his pro day today. Like, we're just seeing him. So it's like, man, I want that new shiny toy. But what we can't forget, man, is that Trey Lance did the exact same thing during his pro day, did the exact same thing in his season, threw for so many touchdowns, rushed for so many touchdowns, and was just dominating at his position. Now, unfortunately, he has the injuries. But I got to tell you this, man. This is a tidbit, man, because I actually tap into some 49ers podcasters. I'm all over the place when it comes to YouTube, man. I network with every team's podcasters and stuff like that. And I'm going to tell you what they're saying is, Shanahan is known for getting his quarterbacks injured. He should have never ran Trey Lance on that play that got him injured, right? And we can just say that, man. He called the wrong play and ran his quarterback up the A gap. You just can't do that. You know what I mean? It's just he's not. He hasn't done it enough to be able to do that. Right now, it's an unfortunate injury. Injuries happen. But Garoppolo injured. Brock Purdy injured. They just have an injury curse over there when it comes to their quarterbacks. And that's why I feel like Kirk Cousins would probably be appealing to them because Kirk Cousins doesn't get injured and they will buy into that, right? So there's something going on where it's like if they're going to shop Trey Lance because they're high on Brock Purdy, and they're even saying that Sam Darnold has a chance to be QB1. What a slap in the face for Trey Lance. You feel me? What a slap in the face being their first round pick and them selling the farm to get him and still yet never giving him the sure thing that you are our franchise quarterback. I would feel some type of way, and I'm sure y'all would feel some type of way if y'all were in his position, right? But this is what it says to me. It says that they're going to shop him. The Vikings could be in, right? And I think Kirk Cousins, when it comes to the no trade clause, if this was to happen this year, I think Kirk Cousins would absolutely be okay with going and waiving his no trade clause to go to San Francisco. That's the only team that I feel like he would waive it for. Now, there might be a couple other teams if you think deep into it, but I believe that San Francisco would be a sure thing, that he would pick up his family and move to San Francisco to the good weather. You know what I'm saying? Mike Shanahan, that's his homie. They probably out at lunch right now as I'm shooting this video. So I think that would work. And I think it needs to be a conversation, man. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't be mad at getting Trey Lance. If I look at these, he's only 20. Man, listen, Trey Lance is still only like 22 years old. Like if I look at the quarterbacks in this draft right now, and I say Will Levis, the ones that would possibly be for us, Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, Hendon Hooker, and then you throw Trey Lance in the mix, I'm going to say I'm going with Trey Lance. I'm going to keep it real. I probably would go with Trey Lance just because he's been in the NFL system for at least 2 years now, so he kind of knows a little bit more than what Anthony Richardson and Will Levis would know. And I think as far as the talent level, he's right there with them. Now, he has the injury, but those injuries, man, they can never happen again. And you got to just trust him that he can come back and be 100% healthy. In his interviews, he seems like he's back to 100%. He's ready to go. So I would take that chance. Y'all let me know who y'all would take a chance on, man. Would Trey Lance be good for the Minnesota Vikings? Drop it in the comment section. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Holla at your boy.
Yeah, smooth summer, who running? I hear them talking, but they ain't gon' do nothing. Celebration, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm terrific. We ain't taking no losses, we winning. Undefeated, check the percentage.